Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to week number 12, I think. I think it's 12. Yeah, man, I'm tired as fuck. I don't know. But hopefully everyone had a good week. It's currently Saturday. Um, my Longhorns played today. I'm excited to watch that game. It's at 2:30. However, my Texans beat the fucking Bills. Let's go, baby. I'm fired up. Like I 8 sacks, 12 QB hits. Let's fucking go. We started 0 and motherfucking 3. We're 6 and 5. We still have to play the Colts twice. And I think we have to play the Titans again. I don't know though. However, I know this is football picks, but I'll stop talking about the Texans. But that was a crazy game. I ended up picking the Texans, and I would have picked them to cover the spread. I'll do that in my video. I'll touch on that like briefly, but not too long, because I know the game's already over. But I'm buzzing. The boys won. They came through. Will Anderson and freaking Daniel Hunter. The whole defense is disgusting. And Money Mills and that offense is cooking. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just happy we beat the Bills, and Josh Allen can never beat the Texans. It's fucking amazing. But anyways, I guess I'll just show the game, like just for fun. But it was Texans Bills. It was in Houston. Houston was in Houston, and we won. So hell yeah, I guess I put them on the top there. First week I get to put them on the top because they've been playing Sunday every fucking day. Like they haven't played a Thursday night football game, and of course the one time I'm late. Like life was crazy. I really got no sleep this week, but I'm locking in now. We're good. I got a lot of sleep the last couple of days, and I'm here on Saturday. I'm about to watch a bunch of college football. As I said, the Longhorns play at 2:30. But let's get into the NFL pick. Sorry for that long intro, and I hope everyone's doing good though. Let's get right into it, man. I'm fucking excited. This is interesting week. I have a couple upsets just like last week, and I had the Panthers, but the Giants almost beat the Packers, but they didn't. However, let's move on. Freaking, I think it's in. I think it's is it in? Is it in Baltimore? Whatever. I don't know, bro. Anyways, the Ravens are winning this game. Ravens are going to kill the Jets. I don't really think this is going to be close, to be honest. Jets aren't a good team. I like Justin Fields, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the team. I don't know if it's him. I've always liked him. I've always think he's underrated, and he's just been on bad teams. But every team he goes to, they lose. Um, so I don't really know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to keep riding with him. I don't think it's him. I think it's just the organizations he's been to at the moments he's been there. Like they don't really have anyone besides Brees Hall. Garrett Wilson's decent, but he doesn't get the ball too much. But yeah, anyways, Ravens are gonna kill them. So let's move along. Here we go. This is a fun game here. We've got Bears and Steelers. So Bears at home here. I'm taking the Steelers to upset the Bears. I don't think the Bears are as good as they are. They've beaten some bad teams in really close games. Um, and with that being said, I think that the Packers and the Rams are going to, and the Lions are going to go ahead of them, and the Vikings. They're probably going to be bottom of the division. I know they're top today, but I do not think they're going to do good. And I don't think they're winning this week. I think the Steelers are going to upset them, come into Chicago and win. That defense is looking better and better every week. And Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing, better coach. And yeah, so give me the Steelers there. But if the Bears upset, I wouldn't be like fully surprised, only because they have Ben Johnson. He's a good coach, and like he's just not as good as Mike Tomlin, in my opinion. And also, like, their defense isn't that good. Like, they have a really good defense. I know that, but the Steelers' D is disgusting. Like, I don't know. And they're on one. They've been on one for a couple weeks, and I think they're going to continue to play amazing and win them the game. Even, I think Aaron Rodgers might not be playing, but Mason Rudolph is there. I, Mason Rudolph? I think he came back. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Um, I think I saw that this week. Anyways, I love Mason Rudolph, so I'm picking the Steelers anyways. Give me the Steelers there. Let's move along to an easy fucking game. Lions versus the Giants. Lions are going to kill them. Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Going to see one of my teams go to the Super Bowl. That'll be nice, hopefully. But I think the Texans have a better chance, to be honest. And it's my fucking team, anyways. Like I like the Lions, of course, but these my niggas. I'm gonna ride with them. But yeah, I think that the Lions are going to kill the Giants. I love Jameis Winston, but he played the Packers and almost beat them. But the Packers aren't as good as the Lions. I think with the Packers and Lions, I think they play on fucking Thanksgiving, which is next week, right? Yeah, next Thursday for America. Um, I'm definitely picking the Lions. We're not losing again. They beat us week one. We're not losing again. I think it was also it was in Green Bay. I think this one's in Detroit. So yeah. Anyways, I digress. Packers. I was just looking at them, so I was talking. Packers Vikings. I love this division. I think the Vikings are going to upset the Packers. I think that like JJ McCarthy just had a bad game last game, and I think that the Packers are overrated, and I think that Jordan Love's not that good, and I think that JJ McCarthy is going to be better. He's got to prove it, and he proved it against the Lions away. He's better on the road. They're on the road. Give me the Vikings in Lambeau. to upset the Packers. I do think that, I don't know. I got a feeling this week, man. I got a feeling about a couple teams, and I could be wrong. But hey, if I'm right, I'm gonna look like a smart motherfucker. I genuinely believe this. Like, I know the injuries. I know the shit. Like, I swear to God, man. I swear. I think the Vikings gonna upset them. And I have a couple other crazy ones. This isn't really crazy upset, but it's gonna happen. Chiefs, Colts. Colts have been getting a little lucky. Got exposed by the Texans. Or they haven't yet, but they will. Who'd they lose to? Daniel Jones looked like he was like his old self. I forget what team. Maybe the Rams. But anyways, yeah, I think it was the Rams. Chiefs are gonna do that to him. I think it's in Arrowhead. I think they're just gonna run all over them. And I think they're gonna. I think Rashee Rice is gonna get a touchdown. I think Travis Kelce is gonna get a touchdown. I think it's gonna be a. I think, but the problem here is that they have Jonathan Taylor, so it's hard to pick against them. But I just think that they don't do enough against the Chiefs. I think Jonathan Taylor does enough for himself, but I don't think Daniel Jones does enough to beat the Chiefs. So with that being said, and the defense, I trust in the Chiefs defense a little more, especially coming off that loss against the Broncos, very close game. Going back home, they were away. They're in Mile High City, right? So give me the Chiefs there. We'll move along here. We've got the Cardinals and Jags. And, the Jags did upset me last week. The Chargers sucked, and they keep charging. And I'm going to be honest, I've got a prediction coming up and at the end of the video, and I think I'm right. But we're going to continue here. Cardinals are going to win this game. This is another upset of the week. I don't like the Cardinals. We call them the Retardinals. As me and my friends, it's a joke because it's a meme. But anyways, Jaguars are bad. They're on the road. They were at home last week. They're going back on the road, traveling across the entire country. Essentially, like halfway across. Anyways, I think the Cardinals are going to win. I think Jacoby Brissett's doing pretty good, to be honest, which is very cool. I actually don't mind him. And I never picked the Cardinals, so let's have some fun this week. I'm winning in the picks league by 5 points. Me and Evan have quite similar picks, a couple different ones, but anyways, let's move on to this game. This game's fucking stupid. Raiders Browns, they both suck, so it's hard to pick one of them. It's probably hard to pick this game. Sorry, I think Shador's starting. And with that being said, I'm going to be taking the Raiders. I think that the Raiders are going to win. I think Shador's good, but he's not going to get this win. The Raiders. I think Max Crosby's going to be all over him, and I think that Geno's still going to do what he keeps doing. His interception to touchdown ratio is even always. I think they'll just get it done. I think Brock Bowers and Gentry will just find a way to get it done some way. And freaking Max Crosby. They need their all-stars to win this game. It's honestly it. And I know they have Myles Garrett on the other side, and they got a bunch of good players. I just think the Raiders can win this at home. They haven't won in a minute, and they're due for a win. The Browns won a couple weeks ago, so give me the Raiders there. Now let's move on to a fun one. I'll never pick the Cowboys, but let's move on to a fun one. Cowboys and Eagles, or in Dallas versus the Eagles in Dallas. I genuinely hate the Cowboys, but I want them to win because the Eagles can't stop winning. Sorry, but I'm picking the Eagles because I keep picking against them. But maybe I was peeking. What the hell, picking? But I'm gonna be picking the Eagles because every time I pick against them, they've been winning. So maybe I'm a reverse psychology of the Eagles and they'll lose. Even though I hate the Cowboys, I don't like the Eagles either. But I like them a little more. But anyways, give me the Eagles there. Yeah. I mean, they just have a better team. And they keep winning. And they keep beating all the good teams. And Dallas isn't really a good team. So yeah, give me the Eagles. Let's move along to another fucking fun game. It's gonna be interesting. I still like the games that the teams like both teams are 2-6, whatever. Still fun. Whoopsies, my bad. Saints versus the Falcons in New Orleans. I'm taking the Saints. I think that the Falcons suck, and they keep showing me every week why I don't pick them and how they just suck. They're just a bad team. They're 3-7, and I knew they would be bad. They're a bad football team. Saints suck too, but that backup quarterback, I forget his name, number 4, he looked great last week, and I hope he looks good again. Or not last week, the week before. He had the bye week last week, and I think he beat the Panthers. He killed the Panthers. That was cool at home. I think you're going to kill the Falcons at home and upset the world, and I really hope it happens. I also Falcons are pissing me off these days. Give me the Saints in that upset. I got a bunch of upsets. This is going to be a fun week. Let's move along to, I think this is Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a good Sunday night game. We already made it through almost all the games there, boys. It's amazing. Oh, man, what's time here? 10 minutes. All right. Rams versus the Bucks. Because I keep trying to say Rams at Bucks, but it's Bucks at Rams. Anyways, Bucks at Rams then. Rams are going to win this game. The Bucks, each time they play a good team, they can't beat them. And they're on the road every time, which is kind of weird. And I feel bad for the Rams, for Bucks fans, sorry, because every big game you've had has been on the road and you've lost it. But every home game that's been big, you've won. So I mean, maybe you reverse this like this. The Bucks are at home; they may win. I still don't believe it. I think even if the Bucks are at home, I pick the Rams. Rams are a really good team. They're Super Bowl contenders. I think they may beat the Eagles this year. I really hope they do. I like the Rams way better. So give me the Rams there against the Bucks to win. That's not an upset. The Rams should win that game. Let's see what happens. I'm very excited. I'm just buzzing. The Texans beat the Bills, man, and I know the whole world. Everyone picked the Bills. It was I saw all everyone had the analysts, just like my Penguins, just like every team, just like the Blue Jays. Like, listen, all the teams I like, they say all this stuff. They talk, and I talk about how good they are, and it shows. So I'm gonna just continue with the last pick, but I just needed to get that out of there. Texans are amazing. Let's move on. We got 49ers Panthers in San Francisco. If it wasn't in San Francisco and it was in Carolina, I may be picking the Panthers. However, can't pick against Shanahan in prime time. Can't pick against the 49ers in prime time. I just can't really pick against the 49ers that many times. They're just a really good team. Even without Brock Purdy, I don't even know if Brock Purdy's been playing, and I just keep picking them and keep winning because they're just the 49ers. So give me the Niners. That's the one upset that I'm going to probably lose on, which would be funny. The Panthers ball out, but no. I don't think Bryce Young balls out 440 yards again this week. I think that the 49ers upset or beat them, whatever. Anyways, those are the picks for this week. Let's get on. We have 4 bye week teams. So we'll start with, as I like to do it, worst to best, and I'll explain why. Alrighty, let's actually, you know what? I wonder. Okay, I'll debate that one. All right. But anyways, good luck to all your teams this week. I hope everyone wins, but the Cowboys. I'm joking. I kind of don't care this week. Good luck to the Cowboys. First week I'm gonna say that. Only week I'm gonna say that. Got the Titans. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. Fuck the Cowboys. That was just a joke. All right. Titans. They suck. They hopefully will get the first overall pick for themselves. I don't like the Titans. I never have, never will. I hate them. But I like Cam Ward. I hope he does good in the Titans. I hope our rivalry, I hope it starts to get interesting because we've kicked your ass every year for the last couple of years. So I hope you guys start to get good so your franchise doesn't, want to sell. But anyways, Cam Ward, like you, buddy, and you're not doing horrible. You just have a horrible team. And I hope next year it turns around for you. So, anyways, Titans are the worst team in the league, worse than the Saints. So, yeah. Let's move along to the Bengals. I think they're 3-6 or 3-7. I don't remember, but they're not doing good. But they have the bye week, which comes in amazing timing. I didn't even know they had the bye week. They can still make the playoffs because of this bye week, and the whole world doesn't know. Joe Burrow is going to come back next weekend on Thanksgiving weekend for America. Okay, he's going to ball the fuck out. Whoever he's playing against, sorry, I dropped the thing. He's going to ball out. He's going to really, bro. He's going to absolutely ball out. I think the Bengals are going to turn the season around and be 10-7. That may not be enough for the playoffs, but I'm calling it now. I think they'll win out when Burrow starts, depending on the matchups. I think if they play the Eagles, I don't know. I'm still gonna pick them because fuck it. But if they don't play the Eagles and play any other team, I know they're gonna play the Ravens. I'm gonna pick Burrow. So I genuinely believe they could go on an insane run with Burrow coming back, and I hope so. Who else is here? Okay, yeah. I thought Chargers were here. Chargers suck. Anyways, I forgot. Did I forget? Oh, I thought those were the bye week teams, and well, I'm going to keep this in the video. I don't really care. We'll just do this. My bad. Okay, my fault. I thought that yeah, I tripped out there. These are teams that are playing this week. Seahawks, Titans. Seahawks are going to kill the Titans. My bad. I don't even know what I put them in the wrong spot, so I thought it was the bye week. My fault. Seahawks are going to kill the Titans. Patriots are going to kill the Bengals. I thought they had the bye week. Never mind. All that talk for nothing. But they could still make the playoffs if Burrow comes back. I think they could be 9-8 or 9-7 or 10-7. So watch out for that next week, Thanksgiving. But anyways, Drake May is him. Drake May is one of the GOAT. Drake May is the best quarterback in the league. Give me the Patriots. Anyways, well, he is the best quarterback in the league right now. Better than Bo Nix, even though the Broncos are technically better. But yeah. Anyways, got to give I love Drake May, and I'm happy I was wrong. I put them last in the division, and I feel like an idiot now. But I also said if Drake May shows me something, then I'll be on the bandwagon for the next year. Not bandwagon, but I mean picking them to make it. I know they play the wild card. I'm going to pick them to win because they're proving why I should pick them. Anyways, we have the bye week teams. I'm an idiot, but here we are. We have the Commanders / Redskins. They suck. Because Jane Daniels is out, they won't make the playoffs, and that sucks. Because it was fun to watch them last year. Even though they beat my Lions, it was still fun to watch Jane Daniels ball out and that team. But anyways, rest in peace to your season. Better luck next year. Holy crap, man! I'm so tired. Like I'm not even that tired. Anyways, Miami Dolphins. You guys won 2 weeks in a row. You know that's pretty cool. You beat the Bills, and then you beat What'd you beat? I think the Falcons barely. Yeah, so you're not making the playoffs. Your team's not good. Tyreek's injured, and I don't think two is the answer. Like for the play, like to go into the playoffs with. I think you guys need to get a new quarterback and a new coach. But what do I know? I mean, you guys are only 37, right? Or 4-7, whatever. Anyways, Dolphins aren't that good. Let's move along. I almost put the Chargers underneath the Dolphins. Chargers, I only didn't because they have a better record. Chargers are charging. They're not going to make the playoffs too, in my opinion. I really wished I didn't. I like the coach. I like Justin Herbert. But they're just simply charging, so I can't do anything about it. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs now. I think the Chargers are going to sneak in. I mean, the Texans are going to sneak in. I think a couple teams and the Chiefs. Anyways, Chargers are charging, and they're not going to make the playoffs. And now we get to go to the best team in the league. Not in my opinion, but by the league standings. The Denver Broncos. I think if the Broncos played the Eagles, they'd lose. I think if they played the Patriots, they'd lose. And I think if they played the Seahawks, they'd lose. However, props to the Broncos for winning, even with Surtain against the Chiefs last week. I can't deny that they're the best team in the league, stats, or whatever, record-wise. But I do believe that they will not win the Super Bowl. All this hype, I don't see it. They may make it out of the unless they get the first seed. You have to, because if they have the first seed, then it goes out of Mile High City. And I don't think anyone's going into Mile High City and winning. And I genuinely believe that the Broncos will make it to the Super Bowl. Will they win? I don't know. Because I think Surtain hopefully will be back. I don't know if he's out for the season. I know he is, but I don't know if he'll come back for the playoffs by the Super Bowl or whatever. But even without him, they're winning. So enough said, right? The Broncos are a good team, but I don't think they're going to get the first seed. That's why I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I think the Patriots will go ahead of them. And I also think, I don't really care right now who else goes ahead of them. I don't think anyone else will go ahead of them. I think that it goes out of Foxborough, to be honest. Genuinely think it's going to go into New England. I think they're going to get the first seed. I think the Broncos are going to falter maybe. But maybe I'm wrong. But however, props to the Broncos. Love you, Johnny. I'm happy your team's doing good. And you guys are going to make the playoffs. So it doesn't matter anyways. But yeah, if you guys get the first seed, I don't know if anyone's going to come into Mile High City and win. Y'all might go to the Super Bowl. So we going to see. But anyways, props to the Broncos. Let's move along. And that's it, boys. I hope everyone has a good week. Good luck to all your teams this week, unless you're a Cowboys fan. And have a good bye week to all the bye week teams. And I will see you guys in the picks against the spread, I guess. Everyone have a good weekend. Today's Saturday. And then, yeah, enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'll see you guys later. Go Texans, go, baby. Let's go. We beat the Bills. Go Texans, go. Have a good one, boys. Cheers.